What's going on, everyone? Welcome, Rabid here, and I may have done something really stupid or really smart. I have no idea. I'm just kidding, guys, but this is for my workstation, my gaming PC, but I did go out and pick up an RTX 4090. Now, there's a lot of videos. Obviously, this video card here is a year or so old, and everyone says how big and bulky it is. Now, obviously, we knew that, but oh my gosh, this thing is huge. But, you know, you never actually know how big it is until you see this thing up close. And oh my gosh, this thing is an absolute beast. This thing is, I don't even know what to say about it other than it is freaking massive. So it is definitely a huge GPU. We're all aware of that, but I'm going to be putting this in my gaming PC here right quick. It currently has a 3090, so we upgraded it. But before I do that, I do want to see what is the hash rate on Karlsen with this GPU. All right, so I got it sitting in the test bench right now. I'm using a riser from GPURisers.com. If you're looking for risers, be sure to check them out. I will have a link down in the description. So I was going over some older Gamers Nexus videos. As you know, we got the special pin here that goes into 4 8-pins, and this is supposed to be a smart switch. So it means it knows how many you plug in actually. So if I only plug in one, it's only going to power limit the entire GPU to one plug, I guess, worth of power, and then 2. For Karlsen, I'm probably only going to need 2. I'm going to put in 3 maybe here, and then for full OC to go 133% plus and so on, you know, you'd use all 4, which will put the card at the full 600 watt overclocking capabilities. We're not going to go that high here. I made sure everything was nice and tight before I put everything in so that there's no type of user error here. As we know, when these things are burning up, NVIDIA said it was user error, and there's still a lot of if, ands, or buts going about that. But regardless, I made sure everything was tight here, and I'm going to use 2 or 3 plugs here. Karlsen is a very efficient algorithm. We might even be able to get away with just 2, but I'm going to go with 3 just to be on the safe side. This 3 is supposed to give the 100% TDP, and again, the 4th one will allow it to be overclocked. When it comes to mining, we don't do any type of overclocking here. Even in gaming, I don't overclock anything. I just run it at stock type of settings here. This card will be more powerful than anything needed. If you need to overclock a 4090, I really don't know what you're playing. All right, so I do have 3 plugged in here. So we got these 3 8-pin PCI Express coming in. I'm not going to use this one. When it goes to my workstation, I will use all 4, but again, I won't be doing any overclocking. Now, just for a size reference, I do have this RevTech RTX, this AMD 580 here, not an RTX card, AMD card. This is an old Polaris 580 GPU, and we're just going to kind of look the size difference between this. Look how skinny that is, as well as length. So it's actually, so there's the length difference there, followed by the skinny. So this is about 2.5 times wider than this card right here, and a decent amount longer, as you can see right there. So anyway, we're all set. We're going to fire this thing up now. So I'm going to hit the power button. Hopefully a fire don't start. Bam. Okay, we got lights. Everything's looking good. All right, so we're booted up. Let's jump into Hive OS and see what things look like. I also want to point out that this system does use 22 watts. So anything we do see when we're mining Karlsen, we do have to subtract 22 watts, and that will give us the power that this GPU is actually drawing. All right, guys, so I am over at hashrate.no, and I'm going to try LOL Miner as well as Regal Miner, starting with Regal Miner, but we're going to be using the same type of settings here. So based on hashrate.no overclock settings, they want a core clock offset of 300. We're going to lock our core at 2400, and again, we're going to use our memory clock lock, so we're locking our memory here at 810. Now, it's saying set a power limit for 400. They're reporting 275 watts. They're always using software numbers here. I'm assuming we're going to see higher at the wall, but I'm only going to set a power limit of 300 because it doesn't really make a point because we are locking our core. So that's pretty much like already setting that power limit. But you can add a little bit of a backup safety here just in case you lose your locked core for some reason, and then you won't have a jump up to some crazy amounts by actually having a power limit. So I will set that at about 300 here. So we're going to start off with Regal Miner. We're going to come into our miner here. I'm going to go to Flight Sheets, scroll all the way down, and just edit this one. I named it 4090 Karl Test. So we're going to come into here, edit, set up miner config. A lot of you guys don't know the Regal Miner command, so this is what it is right here. You can see --cc clock. That's your offset right here, which is already at 300. So I'm going to come back in, and 2400 is what we are locking our core at. So I'm going to go 2400. And then our memory is locked at 810. Power limit, I'm going to put this to 300. And now I'm simply going to apply changes, update that. And now I'm going to send this flight sheet to the moon, and let's see what kind of hash rates we get with Regal Miner. All right, so here are some hash rates, and this thing is like a freaking ASIC compared to my 3090. My 3090 was like 1.8 gigahash or something. The 4090 looks to be pulling about 4.123 gigahash or so. That is insane. If we come into here, 4.185 gigahash. At the wall, we are about 278 watts. Take away that 22, we're about 256 watts here at the wall just from the GPU. That works out to be 16.347 mega hash per watt ratio with with Regal Miner. Now let's jump in and see what LOL Miner looks like. All right, so now LOL Miner is 4.185 gigahash, which is the same as Regal Miner. We are using a bit more power, 280 watts at the wall. Subtract that 22, we're at 258 watts. So 2 more watts being used here, and that is a mega hash per watt ratio of 16.220. Okay, so now we're going to compare my numbers to hashrate.no just to see what things are looking like. And it's recommended you always do the same for your own rigs as well. So here we are. It looks like hashrate.no was telling us 275 watts. I thought it'd be higher. We're actually less depending on the miner. Regal was using 256 watts, while LOL Miner was using 258 watts. LOL Miner was the latest version that was just released 6 hours ago, 1.80. I forgot to mention that earlier. Now you know it's the latest versions of both miners here. So 258 watts on LOL Miner, 256 on Regal, and those are both less than what hashrate.no is saying. Now hashrate.no says our hash rate should be 4.171 gigahash. We actually were higher at 4.185. Not much, but things are looking good. We have a little more hash rate at the same settings here on both miners, and we're using less power. Now they are saying we should be getting about $5.44 right now. Based on this, I did update my spreadsheet to all the latest network conditions right now. 714 terahash, currently at 20.6 cents, and we're doing 4.185 gigahash. We are making right now about 25.32 coins, or $5.21. So our profitability, even though we have better numbers, is slightly less, but it all depends on when hashrate.no actually updates. Is it every half hour, every 1 hour? My spreadsheet is up to date of the current network conditions as of this very second. So myself personally, I just want to do some last minute, what do I think about the 4090 and should you get it? Obviously, we don't know how long Karlsen will remain the top coin. Most of the time when we did see the GPU profitability on hashrate.no here, the 4090 is usually always the top card. It is an absolute beast, but it's pretty expensive. But one thing you got to keep in mind here, it was actually cheaper than when I got my 3090. My 3090 came in at an extra couple $100 at MSRP when Ethereum was around, and the 4090 series F Founders Edition here is actually cheaper MSRP than that, with almost 50% performance boost here. But right now, looking at current prices, you could probably buy 4 or 5 3070s for the same price I bought for the 4090. Remember, I got it for my gaming rig, not strictly only for mining. It's for gaming as well because of that huge performance uplift. And I play Arc, and it definitely needs that if you really want to run it maxed out. It's a very intensive game that a lot of GPUs can't. My 3090 can't even run it at full specs, just to kind of let you know there. Anyway, scrolling down to the 4070 here, there's a couple things to keep in mind. I always say it's all about efficiency, and one 4090 is like 50% more efficient than running 4 3070s. So if we look at the 3070s, if I can find it, I think I might have had it here. So yeah, the 3070 is right here. You can see it's saying about 113 watts. Now I think that's probably more around 100 to 95 watts. Let's just say it's 95 watts. I'd have to test it to know for sure. We times that by 4. That is 380 watts to get slightly over 4 gigahash in theory. This thing is doing it at 258 as we've seen here. So as bull run comes and network hash rates pick up and everything, yeah, we can get cheaper GPUs here, but as profitability diminishes, as hash rate and difficulties pick up, efficiencies does start to play key factors here. And that's why the 4090 is one of the most efficient GPUs out there currently right now, at least until we start seeing the 5000 series emerge. When will that happen? Who knows? All right, guys, so the 4090 is an absolute beast on Karlsen and every other coin that it does mine. Let me know down below if you want me to test out some other coins like Kapow, which is your Clores and Nuri AI and all that, or what you guys want me to do this, because I plan on throwing this directly into my gaming PC and start playing some games, because I also have a gaming channel as well. So I do want to get that into there, but if you guys want to see some tests, maybe I can pull it out again later, or I can run those tests first before I put it in. But let me know down in the comment section. Thank you for checking this out. I will see you on the next one. Rabid out.